Hello and everybody, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm going to be showing you a concept home plan that I have been building in The Sims 3. Now I've been doing this for quite some time and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to go back to it since I basically lost all my previous designs. This is basically my very first build and I want to make a video out about it, so I decided, I'm going to record the whole build and tell you something about it. Now this is houseplan CH393 from Concept Home Designs or concepthome.com. That is the site which you will find in the description down below. I will tell you all about this house, where to begin basically if you want to build the same design, and basically what went wrong here and there, because I did make a couple of mistakes. Now let's go towards the floor plan and I'm gonna let you go through all of it, like where to start off. Alright, so I got the accurate scans on the floor plan, like how big it is supposed to be. So you have the utility, the hallway, the closet area, the terrace, and a start of the bedroom tree. Now I used the bedroom tree as an example for the bed, because a bed in the Sims 3 is around 3 blocks. Now we had accurate measurements of the rooms. We got 4x2x3 for utility, 2x4 for the hall, 1x3 for the closet, and 1x5 for the terrace. The door is something you have to look at, because the door is actually 2 blocks and not 1 block. If you want to have an accurate design, get to 2 blocks. Alright, so we have accurate measurements over here as well. Both bedrooms are 5x4 blocks. The bathroom in between is 2x3 blocks, as you can see on the drawing itself. We have a toilet, a sink, and a shower. Now each one of these objects can basically block around 1 block, just like the door. So it's pretty easy to find out like how big something is supposed to be, just like the door itself, which is 1 block. Alright, so here we have the final part of the house. We have the basically the living room, dining room, kitchen area. We have the master suite, the master utility, and the bathroom, and the garage in here. All of them have accurate measurements. The 10x5 is actually the length and the width of the main part of the building. 2x3 for the utility, 3x4 for the bathroom, 5x5 for the master suite, and 8x5 or 8x6 for the garage. Now, of course, you can make your own design a little bit out of it. I also made my own little mistakes and changes in that particular design, which I will be talking to you about later on in this video. Alright, so you see me struggling with the roof section quite a bit. I'm trying to basically do my best with the floor elevation sheet, but as you can see, both parts or all parts are basically connected to each other. It doesn't matter if you have the floor constraint elevation sheet on, it just isn't working at all. Because in the Sims 3, if you use a floor constraint elevation sheet, if you put on the wall in a certain point of the house, you want to have the other section not in the same height, that particular point of the house will basically elevate in like a roof type of way, and it will shoot up into the skies, and that's not actually quite working. It's quite frustrating as well, which you will also see later on in this video. Alright, so I became quite frustrated with this part of the video because the roof just doesn't want to work with me. It doesn't elevate, it doesn't go down to the level I want it, and just like with the other sides, it just basically, as you can see, like I said earlier, the roof basically goes sky mode. So I went back to the floor plan and decided to create a little idea of my own. I cut it into 3 pieces in total. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Now, Part 1 is the first, basically the entry of the house. Part 2 is the main part of the building where the living room, dining room, the kitchen is. And Part 3 is the rest of the area with the master suite is and the rest. And I separated them, as you can see over here, from the final project view from the main part of the house, which creates also small openings in the gardens. And it actually does work quite well for me to separate the main building, or basically the first parts of the building, so the Part 1 and Part 3, from the main part of the building, because then the roof doesn't actually align at all and doesn't get in contact with the other twos, so the roof stays in shape and in line. So that's quite good actually. But let's go towards the final part of the build, where I will show you how it looks like as a finished project. Alright, so I have to cut things short. We are getting near the end of the video. I have to apologize because I actually forgot that the ending recording button is basically the turning button on the game. Now, of course, I do have these very fine in-game photos on how the project ended and how the whole build looks like. I probably will be posting it on my Tumblr account, which I basically managed to find back after so many years of not using it. I really like this design. I will probably make some more designs in the future, and maybe even put it up for download for other people to use. Because that's something I always did, I always really like to do, and yeah, I have to say I have to cut things short because I didn't even realize that the recording has stopped. But I hope you guys really like this build of this particular house. You can find, as I said basically in the beginning of the video, you can find the house yourself in the description down below and the site where I got it from, so you can basically build your own house designs with them. So thank you all for watching and see you all in the next one. Bye bye.